Hey everyone, welcome to the Crafting Table Podcast, where we talk about Minecraft and some other topics that are important to us, especially about the community. I am on 553, and we have two other co-hosts with us today. We have Whiteboy503. What's going on over there, and who are you?
What's good, everybody? This is Whiteboy503. I am a YouTuber. I make Let's Play content. For the most part, that's what my channel is. I make Let's Plays. Basically, what that is a video game walkthrough. So I take usually an old school game like Final Fantasy VII, and I play from start to finish. And we have, fun on the way. And I do other video vlogs series. I do Would You Rather series, which is fantastic. Definitely not PG-13, but it nonetheless is a fantastic show. So I'll let Mad Leon introduce himself.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Mad Leon. I make Minecraft Machinima and videos. I involve my family. I'm creating little stories, and I post them up there on the YouTubes for you all to enjoy. And now I'm part of this podcast. Awesome podcast.
Yep.
All right. And so, more or less, I'm on 553. I do Minecraft videos. I do gaming videos. I do a variety of game videos. I like to try new things, and sometimes they fail, but it's just whatever I post on my channel is all content that I enjoyed making, and that's all that matters to me.
Yeah, how it should be.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's always how it should be.
So, you are listening to the Crafting Table Podcast. Now, let us explain exactly what the Crafting Table Podcast is and what it's basically about. The rules of the show are, number one, we're going to have fun, most importantly, right, guys?
Right,
yep.
Yeah.
All right, so what's going to be rule number two?
Well, I thought we
were... Go ahead. We're thinking here.
I don't know what the rule number two.
Family friendly.
Family friendly? Okay,
yeah,
so we're going to make this family friendly, right?
Yeah, family friendly.
All right, what's rule number three?
French for later.
If something slips out, we'll let it slip out.
Well, my version's going to be family friendly. That's how it is.
This podcast is going to be broadcasted on 3 YouTube channels, as well as the audio version of this podcast will be available on some websites like iTunes and SoundCloud, as well as personal hosted websites. But we'll get to that information later on. Plus, it'll also be in the description below.
Yes.
So, reason why we're doing this podcast, and the main factor that it's going to be going around, is Minecraft. We all three have a common interest in Minecraft. We play Minecraft, as well as we have... Oh, yep, we all do YouTube as well. Thank you very much.
Yep, sorry.
So, no need to be sorry. I love the interaction, so just keep it up. So
you go on a flow, and I feel like I keep throwing it off.
No, you can't throw me off.
You're not allowed to talk. Stop it!
Oh my goodness, so loud. Anyway, so we're here together because we are a part of this wonderful community called YouTube, and we would like to share our experiences with you, as well as help you out as a community. We're here for the community, by the community, all the time, 24/7. So, that also means...
there should have been a third part to that.
Yeah, it sounds like there should be. But I couldn't think of anything else.
There should have been another one.
There should have been, but I just couldn't think of it. I'm not that creative. So, if you have any questions about your own YouTube channel, we'll be happy to help you out as much as we can. Feel free to communicate with us. Communicate us! Hey! What are you going to do? We're going to communicate us. So, chat in that comment section. Send us a message. Whatever it takes. Hit us up on Twitter. All those social media wonderful pieces of... Anyway.
I plan on personally... Sorry, go ahead.
No, go, Mad Leon.
I say I personally plan on talking about a lot of how I create videos and other strategies there are of making videos, and it's the crafting table. That's I feel like we should be getting in there discussing the actual how things work, how it comes together. Because I think there's a lot of other YouTubers and people out there trying to get their craft and I'd love to have a podcast like this when I was starting up, that I could have been there and listened to other people.
Yeah, just hear all the experiences that other people have. Other YouTubers.
The different styles as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because a lot of people do a lot of editing, and let other people like you. Most of your content, machinimas and stuff like that, you have to do a fair amount of editing and stuff like that. And
there's
then
a lot that goes into it. Yeah, all the software and all the different aspects of it.
And then you've got me, who does like 10 minutes of editing, and that's it.
Yeah.
Fuck everybody.
Whoa! There goes the first F word.
See, I told you. It's gonna be an issue. It's gonna be an issue.
Alert. All right, so it's not
White Boy's the youngest on our podcast, so he's a bit wild.
Yeah, I am the youngest too.
We're gonna try and craft him into a well-defined, respectable, but he's wild.
I'm respectable, Daniel.
You just dropped the F-bomb right
That's
on our.
Respectable. That's respectable.
In a respectable way. Dropped it in a respectable way.
Yes.
So we're here basically to help you guys out. We're not doing this as a selfish plug. We want you guys to know who we are because we feel like we're important within the community, but also you need to feel important that you are in the same community as us, and we want to help you out.
Yeah, this is us reaching out.
We plan on having you on this show. We want you to guest star on this show. We want you to share your experiences, your hardships, your achievements within YouTube and with Minecraft.
And your heartaches as well,
You don't have to be a part of the Minecraft community. You can just jump on here and talk about your Call of Duty content or your anything. It could be anything. Vlogs.
It's just kind of the gaming community as a general, a general sense, like On Fire was saying, it doesn't have to necessarily just be Minecraft or Call of Duty or, RPGs or, action role playing, it's just the gaming community here on YouTube. We want to help you guys out as much as we possibly can.
Absolutely. I mean, we may even have people come on here that aren't part of the gaming community that have no idea. It's fine. We're here for
game developers.
Community. Yep. Oh, that would be great. Hey guys, send me your games.
I know us. That'd be awesome.
But it's also going to be entertaining.
Yeah.
We're here to entertain as well.
Oh yeah, we got to have fun with it. That was our first rule: have fun.
Absolutely.
There's the first two rules covered.
Third one is in progress. We're thinking about it.
We'll have that later.
So I figured it would be a great time right now to start by going around and letting you guys in our worlds a little bit and getting to know each and every one of us, because I'm pretty sure that we don't really talk about this type of content in our channels. I don't personally talk about my life all that much, although I do have a vlog channel where I do talk about more of what's going on in my life, but I'm not a very good blogger or vlogger, vlogger, whatever you want to call it.
So many different names.
I've not done that.
But
it's vlogging. It's just why not call it one thing? It makes it so much easier.
I love doing it. It's just me taking the time out of my day to record myself. Sometimes it's just hard, and a lot of the times I'm down, and I don't really want to put that out. I want to keep everything positive. And then that's another thing here. There's rule number 3 right there, guys.
Stay positive.
Stay positive, because you know what? You might be in a bad situation, but everybody's been there at one point in time. And you know what? Later on in the series, if you stick with us, me and White Boy can talk about a few things that have recently happened as well as in the past. He just recently went through something that was pretty devastating to him, brought him down pretty low. High.
I would.
It put him.
It brought
pretty
down
low.
my high. Is what he's saying.
Yes, it brought down your high on life, and then you slowly built your way back up. But there's keys to getting around things like that all the time. But anyway, not to get too far into that, let's get more into us. Who are we? Why are we doing this podcast? So, who wants to start it off? Who wants to go first?
I think Mad Leon should.
I think so too. Go ahead, Mad Leon.
Throw him under the bus. Let him go first.
Cheers for that. I'm interested in many things on YouTube, in the way most videos are made, mostly machinima and creating stories, but also I'm passionate and I like watching and listening to podcasts, and I always wanted to be part of a podcast. And I've reached out to many YouTubers throughout my journey on the 2 years I've been doing it, and these guys here are the ones I want to do the podcast with. I feel like this is a good match. That's why I am going full steam ahead with this podcast. And this is where I hopefully will, like they say, they've got like other stories to share. There's a lot of stories I've got that I've always wanted to share, and because of the specific way my channel is, I probably will never post the videos here, but I'll probably post them in this podcast, and they might not even get shared on my channel because my channel is like it's the way I've been doing my videos. It's the kind of conversations, the topics, they wouldn't fit there.
Right, you have a brand to keep going because you have
Yeah,
a certain type
yeah.
of subscribers.
That's right. So here I plan to be more real.
Yeah.
So what got you started in YouTube?
It was watching Red vs Blue and Digital Fear back in 2009. How they used to they were making machinimas. That's where I found out what the word machinima meant. Machinima, and how they were making films just out of. I thought that was incredible. I thought that was so creative, and that got on me hooked. That's what I wanted to do. I got a Dazzle, I got Pinnacle. I started making little videos, and over the years, I've just learned how to do it. And now, I'm at a stage where I feel like I'm making really good videos. I love it. That's why I got into it. That's how I wanted, and that's what I did.
Good. I mean, everybody starts somewhere, and it's always something that probably pushes you to do it. I know early on in the beginning of YouTube, it was it's like
at the dawn of time.
Right. People like to call it's the Wild West that has yet to be explored. I don't think YouTube's full yet. It's still the Wild West because there's so much to learn from it. But once people start doing it and they're like, man, I could record a video and be heard, have my voice heard. Some people are just thrown on that. So what intrigued you to start YouTube was because you watched those Red versus Blues and the Machinima style videos, and you were like, man, what if I got started into doing that? I have some great ideas, and that's
exactly it. Yeah, that's what it was. I was inspired by them to start my YouTube off and to do. Back then I was just making videos and putting copyrighted music over and just trying to make the very best Matrix, Star Wars. I was just trying to make the best video I could. But later on, I ended up making Minecraft videos with my daughter because I was in a situation with her that I thought I wasn't going to see her again, and we made a Minecraft video and it just blew up, and it became clear that Minecraft was the way to go, and I was able to take my machinima to Minecraft as well. So, and it helped to develop a really good relationship between me and my daughter, and the way I do videos. I love it.
See, that's great that you had that helped kindle that relationship that you have with your daughter, and good things that that situation didn't go bad. That situation went positively, and it stayed that way. And maybe it was because of the effort that you made in trying to keep that relationship with her, which I think that's like a really good tearjerker right there.
Yeah, man, for sure.
Yeah, I didn't give I didn't give the story much justice. I'm touching over it. They're in depth of how it all came about, and it really is like from where I was at the beginning, where I thought it was all over, to us building up this whole fan base and being able to send messages to her mum to say, look, we've got all this support. You can't possibly ever take my daughter away from me, and it really worked. She even the mother herself, she's come round. We speak now, and it's all probably because of Kira's a little star.
She's a cutie.
She loves it, and I'm just blessed, so blessed.
Well, hey. You know what? I'm sure there's some other people out there that, have gone through a similar type of situation, probably would be like, what, that's probably the best way it could have went. So I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad that you're making content on YouTube because I enjoy your content thoroughly. I love your videos. And just to see your stats, I'm still mind blown. Now, Here's the thing, guys. Bad Leon, out of all three of us, is the biggest YouTuber out of the three of us. He has more subs and more view counts. Not like it really matters. but we'll treat him as he's always going to be the one that's on top above us right now.
Oh well,
And
I don't see it like
I'd
that.
like to add that he he has more subscribers and a view count than me and On Fire put together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we didn't. Well, I personally didn't realize it right away because I mean, when I go to somebody's channel, that's not the first thing I look at.
Yeah, I was blown away too. I was like, I got a message from On Fire saying, hey, we're gonna start doing this podcast. Are you ready? I was like, yeah, sure. And he, introduced me to Leon, and I looked on his stuff, and I was like, holy crap.
Yeah, I find it very hard to take any kind of credit because it's Kira's the star. She really is. She brings every film to life. I just give it all straight over to her. I do my best to try and add my bit to the video, but Kira's this little star.
All right,
every single video is like a little pocket of time that I've got.
Yeah, man. And and I think that's another great thing about the podcast is we all come from different backgrounds. Leon is in England. On Fire is on the East Coast. I'm on the West Coast. United States. If you guys didn't get that, and we all just come from very different backgrounds, very different age groups. Even I'm 19, and these guys are much older than I am. It sounded really messed up when I said it. But it's great that we can come together with this such common interest when it comes to even if it's just YouTube and Minecraft. We're so different that it's great because we can reach out to so many other people that we wouldn't normally be able to reach out alone.
Absolutely. Yeah, I like that. I like the spectrum of art from the oldest to the youngest because there's something for everyone. There's two veterans and a young whippersnapper.
Young punk.
A whippersnapper. Wow.
Yeah, punk.
I've never been called a whippersnapper. I can't even spell whippersnapper.
That's all
Can
good.
you spell it? Can you spell whippersnapper?
Not off the top of my head.
Is there even a technical spelling for whippersnapper?
I'm sure there is.
Is that a UK word? I don't know. Is that a UK word?
I think it may be.
Oh, it's just an old-timey word. You're an old man now.
Oh,
now you're going to be classified as an old man.
You should be like, okay, Pops.
Yeah, you just literally told our whole audience that you were at least 40 plus.
No, not that old.
No, that's
well,
okay.
I know you're not, but you made it seem like that.
All right, so now you've heard Mad Leon's story. Let's go into White Boy's story.
Yeah, of course, because you're going to be safe for last.
Why not?
Okay, so my story, I guess, the reason I started YouTube is because I was watching a lot of people do tutorials on the PlayStation Portable, which is a handheld gaming console, on how to hack it and stuff like that. And I was watching a lot of people, and it pissed me off beyond belief of how crappy these videos were, because either they wouldn't be doing like a voiceover of explaining what they were doing, or they would when they did, they couldn't speak proper English, which I'm not downing anybody, but it's just frustrating to want to learn, but when you go to learn something, you can't actually learn it because of the lack of information that the person your teacher per se is giving you. So I thought, why don't I do it? I know how to do certain stuff. Why don't I start recording? I can speak English halfway decent, at least enough to people to understand it. And I just started making tutorials on how to hack PSPs, how to put emulators on it, how to put custom firmware, stuff like that. And then from there, the PSP scene kind of started to die out. The developers of the mods and the firmware and stuff like that just kind of moved on to, I guess I could say, greener pastures. So I was like, well, I love making videos. What can I do? The PSP, my scene, where I was making content is kind of gone now. What do I do? So I was like, okay, well, I love playing video games. Why don't I play video games and record it and talk over it? And that's basically what I've been doing since. I've been making Let's Plays. My first Let's Play was my favorite game of all time, which is Final Fantasy VII. I played that game from start to finish. It took me 70 episodes to do, but I enjoyed every single minute of it, and I've loved playing through the games that I played through as a child, and I play through now even, and then just to be able to play the game and make fun of myself, make fun of the game for stupid stuff that they do or stuff that I don't agree with, and praise the game even. It's just I've loved doing that, and then I started doing vlogs and stuff like that because I wanted that more community aspect. Sorry about that. I wanted the more community aspect because I saw that a lot of people here in the gaming community, and I'm not saying this is a community whole, but a lot of people in the gaming community are very selfish. They either ask for sub, or they ask you to check out their content, and then when you ask them to check out your content, they kind of like shame back, like
whoa,
why should I check out you, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's just when On Fire had brought up the whole fact of let's do a podcast to help the community, I was like, hell yeah, dude. I mean, I want to help out. I thought before about doing a podcast. I just couldn't get enough people who were going to be committed to do it. And, when On Fire brought up the fact of, hey, let's actually make this something that we can do, I jumped right on board because I want to help people, be able to be YouTubers. Because I'm actually, I changed my major. I'm in college now. I went from being a computer science technology major. I was going to be doing software engineer to I'm going to be going and doing video production now. I really if I have a chance, this will be my career. I will be making YouTube videos as a job if I can do it. If not, I'll be in film or something. I'll do something like that. But yeah, dude, I love the community. I love YouTube, and I guess live long and prosper kind of thing.
Yeah, see, I definitely feel that you can have a future in YouTube. You can have a future in outside of YouTube as well. I mean, that's some more topics we'll probably get in on later on down the road. But you can survive on YouTube if you do it right. If you play your cards right. Most people think, oh, it's just going to be luck that I get popular on YouTube. It's not really that big of a deal to be popular on YouTube, to be honest. There's a lot of hassle to it.
I think in the coming years, because a lot of YouTubers don't get the respect that they deserve for being big on YouTube. If you were to put a YouTube star, I guess I can't think of any at the top of my head, but a YouTube star and an actor, they do basically the same type of thing. They both work hard at what they do, and they're both providing entertainment for the masses.
Mm-hmm.
But the YouTubers are way down at the bottom. But I do see an elevation in where YouTube has become more and more of a thing that people are getting respected for. Not just in our community, the gaming community, or even the YouTube community, in the the world in general. And it's a fantastic thing to watch, see happen.
Absolutely. Well,
I
thank you.
think YouTube's still young. It's only a few years. It's only like 7 years old, isn't it?
Yeah,
I feel like
it's still young.
I mean, there's going to be days when it's like 50. I feel like anyone's still got time to start up and build a channel.
Yeah, man, for sure.
Within 2 years, if you're making good content, you should have a good platform.
That's where it's at. Now, with me, again, we're going off of similarities here. We all have a passion for what we do, and we all have a reason for why we do it. For me, it started back in 2009. I just discovered YouTube by then. That's roughly 2 years after YouTube came out. Not saying I didn't watch any YouTube videos before then, but it wasn't a common occurrence. Once I got into it, I was sucked in. Just being able to watch movies, or I should say videos. I always want to go towards movies for some reason.
Because movies are amazing.
Movies are amazing. Videos, I was able to comment, and I was able to express myself and give my opinions and thoughts about what the other person was talking about in the video. And I loved that aspect of it because that's what drew me in. It was the community sense of it. Everybody was, so helpful to each other and nice. And yeah, I mean, you had your trollers there, and the bad and negative publicity that was going on within the chat as well. But you were able to get past that and be able to break new barriers and make new friends. So in 2009, I started to do videos, but then it kind of dwindled down. I did a WoW video, which I just actually did a retro repost of it on my channel because it was on a different one at the time. But when I got back into it, it was more so an escape for me because I had a lot of things going on in my life that was just unbalancing me entirely. So it was like an escape. I played my games, I played with my friends, I recorded it, and I posted it. It was no strategy to it, no nothing. And then as time went on, as I posted and created more, I was like really realizing how much it was helping me as a person, as well as how much I was enjoying it. And then that just progressed and kept on going. And I've tried to keep a commitment to, putting out content that I enjoy making and that I enjoy watching, because I go back and watch my own videos over and over again. If YouTube had a penalizing system on people that watch their videos more than 500 times, I'd probably be the one that had the most penalties on it, because I watch my content all the time.
I would, but my content's very long.
Well, it depends. Yeah,
when
I do.
When I first started, it was half-hour episodes. So
I watch my old videos.
Right. See, and then I like to look back and say, well, I started here. That was awful, but I'm not going to delete it.
Oh yeah.
And then now I look at myself and I'm like, wow, look how far I've come. Look at how many friends I've made along the way.
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
We'll go along with that. So it was an escape for me, and since then it's just been a roller coaster ride for me that I enjoy riding every day.
I feel like it must have changed on you when you met Bruno in some way. That must have been a key turning point for you.
It was a key turning point. Now, funny that you bring that up. A lot of people had that effect on me if I met them. But Bruno was the first, to me, big YouTuber. Right? He's not that big, but he's big enough to me. He's probably got around about 2,500 subs, maybe 3,000.
When I saw Bruno, I saw straight away he's got the whole package. He's got a professional voice. He's got professional etiquette. The way he's presenting himself, everything about him says he's gonna be. And he's running a server. He's obviously got fingers on a lot of pies. I think he's a very clever guy.
He's extremely clever. I mean, he is someone that will break his back to help you if you need it, if you ask for it. Obviously, if you don't ask, then you'll never be able to get the help that you need or that you want. But when I got into with him, it was kind of like a draw of the luck, because we started talking, and a couple weeks later, we got a little bit more in depth of he was helping me out, I was helping him out with a few things, and then it just blossomed from there, and I've learned so much.
Romance.
Yeah, well, yeah. I love you, Bruno. All right, so it basically just points out the fact that you reach out to some YouTubers and you get a positive answer back, and they want to help you, and you want them help from them. So it's just all about the community. We want to keep everybody making good content, helping them out whenever they need it. We want to collab. We want to do everything with the community.
Definitely.
Because I know from being a small YouTuber the woes of being a YouTuber and only having 189 subs and it's staying there. I'm not set or geared towards, oh man, I really wish I could just get 5,000 subs right now. I don't have that aspiration. I want to, okay, but it doesn't need to happen for me. I'm happy with the little community that I built around myself. I mean, I'd love it for it to get bigger. I'd love to invite everybody into my world, but it's not something that absolutely has to happen to me. And that's, I think, what's great about this as well is I'm not here for the money. I'm here to have fun and for the community and to meet new friends and just socialize. I don't get enough of that on the outside world. I have friends, but it takes me hours to go and visit them, and then I only get a small amount of time to see them and then go from there. Where I have friends online that I can call up and say, hey, you want to talk? And they'll be there. You want to play a game? Let's do it, So
yeah, I definitely have to say, since I've started YouTube, I have, and it's going to sound really wrong at first. I've lost a lot of friends since I've started YouTube, not because of YouTube, but I've gained so many that I talk to on a well day to day, if not more, than just once every day basis. I talk to a lot more people, and it makes me sound like a shut-in. It really does. But, I talk to a lot of YouTubers, on YouTube, on Twitter, and stuff like that, more than I do, people that I go to school with and stuff like that. And it's all like we've said over and over again, it's all about the community. We want to help out the little YouTubers. We want to help people who are in our situation, who are, say, 5 years down the road, we're still doing this podcast. We want to help people who are in our position right now if we make it bigger. We still want to help the people who are, I guess, just starting off.
Yeah, exactly. That's the whole point of this community is based around it. But we do have a strong emphasis on Minecraft just because that's something that we all have in common and that we play. And not to do a shameful plug or anything, but if you need a Minecraft server to go play on, I would suggest going to join.teambruno.org. That's the Google Plus community for Team Bruno, as well as craft.teambruno.org, which is the Minecraft server that is free to the public.
We all play on that server.
Yep, we all play on that server. I'm an admin on that server, so, it's a wonderful little place to start out if you have not played Minecraft before and just starting out, or if you are a veteran of Minecraft. It has something for everybody. It's an adventure server. I do have some videos on my channel about it. So does Madleon and Whiteboy503. So definitely go check that content out. Go check that server out. And you know what? Go see Corporal Bruno's YouTube page. Because you know what? Without him, probably the idea of this podcast would have never came about.
Probably. Hopefully, sometime down the road, as we've talked before, hopefully we can get him, nudge, to join in and be one of the hosts. And as, all the links that we've been talking about, Bruno's channel, the Google Plus Hangout, the Google Plus page, and then the Minecraft server, and of course, all our social media, our YouTube channels will always be in the description.
Yep, most definitely. So there's going to be ways of getting in touch with us.
Yes.
So we've been jabbering on about ourselves for roughly about 32 minutes now, 30 minutes.
Wow, I honestly didn't think it was that long.
No, and I hope that it wasn't so painless for you guys out there. And I hope you enjoyed what we have.
Shouldn't it be painful?
You know
Not
what?
Painless?
You know what? I'm not a very good public
I'm
speaker.
sitting here thinking, what? Shouldn't it be
as long as I've got a rough general idea of what our package is. This is our package. This is what we're presenting.
Yes. Feel free to put in the comments of all my grammar mistakes.
and that's one of the things, and that's something, at least I know I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be making fun of these guys.
Which is
fine. I hope they do the same for me, because that makes it the conversation more fun.
Yeah. Well, see, we're real people. We're not anything but us. And that's the good thing about it.
I'd like to add, none of this is scripted. We honestly just kind of, talked before, and we're like, okay, so we're going to talk about ourselves. Go. And that was it.
Yeah. But we would love for, if you have topics that you want us to cover, please just let us know. We'll just go off of that. But we'll have some topics to talk about as well. But
yes,
I think
we do have a summarized list of things we are going to talk about. But like he said, if you guys want us to talk about, anything really, gaming related, I would assume, or YouTube related, definitely put it in the comment section, and we'll definitely address it within the next podcast.
So here's the first call of action for you guys out there. I want you to put in the comments, where did you start out YouTube? When did you start it out? Why did you start it out? And why do you continue to do it?
Yeah.
I'd love to hear about that.
Really good. That's really good to hear. Because that's it. Like we said in the beginning, it's for us. We have such different backgrounds. It's so fun and interesting to hear about those backgrounds. And like Leon said, he doesn't have that outlet on his channel to be able to, talk about that kind of stuff. So that's what this podcast also. We get to have that outlet to, be ourselves. Not saying we don't do that in our content, but we get to, express things that we don't normally get to express in our content.
So, Mad Leon, why don't you take us out?
Well, this has been the podcast. This is
the crafting table.
The crafting table, TCT. It's going to look amazing on a t-shirt one day. I can see it already.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Maybe a baseball cap. So this is our podcast. This is who we are. If you've liked the show, then hit the subscribe and, like I say, follow and tell your friends about it. Tell your friends that you found this awesome new podcast with these cool guys on it and let them all know. And don't forget to come over and sub to my channel because I'm not happy with how many I've got. I need 10,000. We need it all over there. We need to get that up there.
He's trying to get the army over there.
Yeah,
so,
I'm a shameless whore. Come to mine too.
Yes.
Well, let's go around and say where you can find us. Even though it's going to be in the descriptions, it's good to put it out there as well.
All right. You'll find me on Twitter at whiteboy5294 and on YouTube at DellWhiteBoy503. I really wish I could take that DA off, but I can't. So it's DA Whiteboy503.
And Mad Leon.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you can find me by just typing Madleon, MADLEON. You can do O or 0. Both of them will find my channel. Or you can even just write HCZK, the initials of Hardcore Zombie Killer, and you'd find my channel because I used to do a whole zombie thing. So yeah, I'm easy to find. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, just Madleon.
Awesome. And you can find me at On553 Gaming on Twitter, Jim Beans Jr. 88 on YouTube, as well as my website, onfire53.com. So that's also where this podcast will be posted for the first time, and we'll have the podcast posted elsewhere as well in video and audio formats. Now keep in mind, all three of us will have a different perspective of this podcast on each other's channels.
Actually, should we go over how the format's actually going to be?
We can. Mad Leon's going to do a machinima, right?
Yep. I'm going to pick out the best bits of this podcast and I'm going to make it into a machinima. I mean, there wasn't many stories getting told in this, but when there are, I'm going to grab them and I'm going to turn them into machinimas. And I'm going to make a whole kind of friendly Minecraft look to it.
Right.
And mine will be going, of course, if you guys are coming from my channel, you guys know how I usually do my commentaries. They're over gameplay, so I probably will be on the Team Bruno server, building our, the crafting tables house or something that has to do with us. I'll probably be on a server, so you guys will see probably about 45 minutes of gameplay over all of this. And On Fire, how are you going to do yours?
I'm basically going to be the source of this podcast, so I'm going to have a video up playing the podcast as well as all the interesting links everywhere in the video. So there might be some gameplay here and there, but
it's highly likely on Fire's channel. That's where the first podcast is. If you want to catch the first one when it comes out first time, it's going to be on Fire's channel. That's where the original best is going to be.
That's right. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for tuning into the crafting table. Again, I'm on 553.
I'm Whiteboy503.
And stay awesome, guys. We'll catch you later.
Peace.